Andre, you guys tied it at 40 on the Dwayne dunk, and then it got really tight, and obviously they pulled away. What changed from that point on? You guys seemed to have some momentum, and then they just kind of answered.
We just couldn't get stops. We was kind of just back and forth there for a while, and when you're down, you can't go back and forth. You got to get stops.
How are they different than the last time you guys played them?
They definitely hit more shots than the first time, but it was really our defense. They didn't fill us, and we didn't get enough stops.
Andre, can you just describe, I guess, the difficulty in trying to execute any kind of offense against a team that plays the way that Illinois does?
It's real tough. They're always in the passing lanes. It's hard to reverse the ball and kind of get to the other side, and that's kind of what we kind of predicate our offense on. So it was hard for us to get in our offense.
Have you been paying attention to the other Big Ten teams out there? It seems like this happens every night. What do you think about this conference this year and this winter? Penn State just beat Michigan.
Yeah, it's a tough conference. Every night you can get beat if you don't show up. We came out tonight, we weren't prepared, and that's on me and us older guys. We didn't get the younger guys prepared, and that's what happens. That's how you get beat.
What goes on from here? Tomorrow in practice, what do you guys do after a situation like this?
We got to get back to work. It doesn't get any easier. We got Michigan State, so it doesn't get any easier. We got to go to work, go back to work.
Andre, you guys have had some tough losses at times this season. Does this one ring any differently, or do all losses feel the same to you?
All losses hurt, but this one we needed to have, and for us not to be prepared, that's on me and us older guys. It can't happen.
In what way do you think you guys weren't prepared?
It's just habit. We just didn't get stops. We weren't prepared for how hard they play, and that's just something that me and us older guys, we got to keep building on and let the younger guys know.
Do you think when you say not prepared, is that looking past them? You mentioned the Michigan State game already, or I guess can you explain beyond why you think you weren't prepared?
That's something we got to figure out. We weren't looking ahead. This is a good team. They came in, they won 4 straight. With nobody looking ahead. This is a real good team. We just didn't prepare right. That's on me.
It seemed like as the game went on, you guys got a little bit better taking care of the ball. I know that was obviously a big issue for a while. Do you feel you guys figured out something offensively that you stopped turning the ball over late?
Yeah, we kind of just tried to keep it more simple, just more high ball screens and kind of just play off that. And I think keeping it more simple, that eliminated a lot of the turnovers.
Offensively, do you think you guys got the shots that you wanted to get for the most part?
Yeah, we got good looks. We got a lot of looks at the basket right there. We just got to convert them, and we did.
Andre, you said this was one that you had to have. Why'd you feel that way?
We were 500. We should try and make the NCAA tournament. We're not a lock, so any game we play, we got to have right now.
How much do you guys look at that? How much do you pay attention to things like that NCAA tournament right now?
You play. Obviously you pay attention to it a little bit. That's the end goal, but we're still trying to focus game by game. But everybody looks at that as the end goal.
Sorry. This started yesterday, and this was all permeated out of our locker room. Our guys all wore suit and ties today on the trip, and it was a business-like approach. We've been trying to get them to understand how hard it is to win on the road. Obviously, this building has been very, very difficult for us. I think it was 2009, the last time we won in here. But I'm really proud. It was a team effort to hold a very, very good team offensively who's been shooting the cover off of it to 2 field goals in the last 8.5 minutes. We won this with just good old-fashioned grit and our defense. We weren't perfect offensively at really throughout the game, but we made plays. And, free throw shooting didn't hurt us. But I thought it was just our defense and our grit tonight that won this for us.
Brad, obviously you guys are a very different team since the last time Ohio State saw you. How did you see – how were you able to attack them differently and play them differently than you were the first time?
Well, we missed 18 layups in the first game. And the first 7 minutes of the game in Chicago, we never made more than 2 passes. And we ran really, really poor offense, which led to easy baskets for them. And then we've grown. I mean, we're playing a lot of freshmen, and those freshmen were in the infant stages of understanding what college basketball was about. So we've got a lot of games under our belt, and since then, and you see the change in Io from the first game compared to the way he was tonight. And he had a couple of big shots and a night which he, to be quite frankly, he struggled for him the way he's been playing. And yet, games on the line, he steps up and makes plays.
Talking yesterday, you made it clear that Luther Muhammad was a concern, if not a priority. He had a bad night tonight. Was that more of what you did, or just him having a bad night?
Well, I think our pressure had something to do with that. And I think the one thing that, he was shooting 57, 58% from the 3 in his last 5. And, we knew that this team was getting about 40% of their offense from the 3. We were going to try to make them finish. And, I thought we did a fairly good job of that. We fouled too much the first half on those drives. But, I think CJ, hurt us some off the ball. But we forced him into 7 turnovers. And when you don't get guys and low assist numbers, guys like Luther, he's going to be an awfully good player. But tonight I thought our defense was really good on him. He was a big key to stop.
When you forced Ohio State inside, Ohio State went 9 for 19 on layups. What did you like about your defense when you made them go inside?
Well, when we didn't foul them, I thought it was good. I mean, that's the one thing we wanted to make them do was try to finish through us, over us, around us, and not foul. And it was kind of the reversal of the first game where we missed 18 layups and got the ball where we wanted. But we've gotten better, and we've gotten better at walling up. We've gotten better at not slapping as much and committing fewer fouls anyway. But nothing magic in it. Maybe tonight was just our night.
You go 5 minutes in the second half without scoring. How big a spark did Andres provide with consecutive dribble drives and finishes made to get you back on track a little bit?
Well, he's our unsung hero, and everybody's talking about everybody else on our team, and all this kid does is help us win. 6 rebounds. He was upset in the last time out because he missed a bunny and a free throw. And I mean this kid is nothing but a flat winner. He's done nothing but win his whole life. So his value to our team is immense, and it was discomforting in the first half to have him with 3 fouls and have to take him out. We got discombobulated a little bit at the end of the half, and a lot of that's because he wasn't on the court.
Alan Griffin maybe got more playing time tonight, and other than maybe shooting, how'd you feel about his
2
game?
steals, great defensively. He got a little bit tired and fatigued, got beat off the dribble one time, but Allen's instincts take over, and we know how good a shooter he's going to become. And 1 for 7, 0 for 4 from the three. That won't be something that lasts very long with him.
Coach, your team, since you've been here, been in a ton of games, the last 4 minutes of the game, and now you're starting to win these. What does it say about this team to be able to close and then to win different kinds of ball games like this?
Well, I think that I don't look back at the past a whole lot, in terms of those. I think that, a lot of times it's execution, it's toughness, it's loose balls. You saw loose ball down in front of their bench. We had talked about in the timeout, we had the jump ball, and everybody had to get on the floor for any loose ball because it was our possession. It was that important. Guys are starting to understand detail and how important that is to win a game. And like I said, other than a couple missed free throws, I thought our effort and our detail and our 50-50 balls, we earned the right to do that. And we play hard every day. We keep track of those hustle points and all of that. And today was very important to win on the road to do that.
What are you seeing from Io now as a closer in late game situations?
Well, I wish he'd have made an uncontested layup. He missed the easy one, but yeah, he's not afraid. When you work as hard as Io, and you have that confidence in that air, there's a lot to be said for not fearing missing it, and he doesn't fear that because he knows he's put in so much time, and there's not a lot of people like that, and he doesn't fear the miss, but he also knows he's worked at it enough and been in those moments enough throughout his childhood growing up that he's going to make more than his fair share.
Last question here for Coach.
How much difference could just getting this first true road win make for this team?
I don't know. We're getting ready to find out. We got a second one coming up. Maybe it's the suits. I think it helps. I mean, this is a place that we haven't won. This league is the best league in the country. That's proven out numerically in terms of the power numbers and everything else. Part of the reason it's so good is it's really, really challenging and hard to win on the road. And you have great venues, great coaches, great players, and places that are really, really tough. And you got to get one sometime. And tonight was our night, and we're starting to grow and believe we can do that. And you've got to believe before you can actually get it done. So proud of the guys tonight, and we'll enjoy this on the way home and get ready for Wisconsin next. Me.
Obviously, a tough one tonight. Give Illinois credit with a quick turnaround with the bounce back, but give Illinois credit for the win.
Andre said he felt the guys just didn't come out prepared. He laid that on the upperclassmen. Said you guys weren't ready for the challenge. And Brad just talked about how his team played with grit and defense and things. What did your team lack tonight that maybe Illinois had?
I just think they made a few more plays, but give them credit. I think we obviously have to play better.
Did you like the shots that you were getting, or you 2 of 13 from 3. Obviously, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, I thought some of them were clean. I thought some of them were rushed, I thought they did a good job taking us out of our offense.
Andre said that he felt that this loss was especially bad because you guys had the chance to get over 500 in the Big Ten. Just from a long-term point of view, were you thinking the same way?
No, loss is a loss. Loss is a loss. People look at it differently. You're disappointed after every loss, whoever it is, whatever time it is, or whatever point in the season.
Chris, what do you make of a night where CJ has 7 turnovers, but there's also stretches where it looks like he's giving you a little bit of life, too, maybe when he's off the ball as opposed to on it? Just how would you assess the way he played?
He was better off the ball, and he was better off the ball when we played him last time. He got himself into some difficult decisions with the ball, and 7 turnovers is a lot. I don't question how hard he competed. I thought he competed. He just those turnovers were critical.
It seemed like it was hard work all game to try to get Caleb anything inside. I don't know if that's just the pressure they put on you, or if you saw some openings that maybe your guys didn't take advantage of to get him the ball.
I'd have to look at it, but I think it was probably a combination of both. But I'd have to look at it, to see more. I think that, we'll look at it and hopefully, as coaches, try to put him in better position.
You told us yesterday, this was going to be a tough game. They forced a lot of turnovers. You kind of predicted how things would go out there. Because you knew what was coming, does that make it more difficult to stomach handling this? That guys aren't responding to maybe what you're telling them or taking that onto the court?
No, I think it's disappointing regardless. But listen, I knew how I thought they were good in December when we played them, and I said that then. They just had played a really difficult schedule and had lost some games there that were close. Gonzaga down to the wire. I thought they were good then, and they've got good players, and I think for us. We just have to do a better job as coaches, trying to put our guys in better position, and our upperclassmen have to lead in a more effective way.
I guess what I'm asking ultimately is the message getting across in your mind, from what you're telling them to what they're putting on the court, if you can predict kind of how a game's going to go just based on talking to the media.
Well, you probably have to question that in this one. Did they have an understanding, and that's the coach's responsibility.
Chris, when you guys got to this part of the schedule last year, it was pretty much assumed that you'd be in the NCAA tournament. So we haven't been through this with you before where it looks like a bubble situation. As a coach, are you counting wins? Are you talking to the team about the situation? How do you handle that, especially after a night like tonight?
No, we won't talk about it. We'll talk about getting better. And a lot of teams would like to be in the bubble picture, including the one we played tonight. So, I think for us right now, our focus is not on bubble or anything like that. Our focus is on getting better and improving and growing, and that's our focus as coaches.
Coach, Illinois has hit some pretty tough shots there down the stretch, but were you, happy with the way your team defended?
Not in the last. Give them credit. Give them credit for the win, and they're making those plays late offensively. I just didn't like. We had a couple breakdowns. Now, Io hitting those shots, that's one thing, but we had a couple breakdowns in our ball screen defense and a couple critical fouls.
Can a team have solid team defense, but this some of the parts be, not as solid as far as on-ball defense?
Yeah, that's been a bit of an issue for us, our kind of ball screen coverage, and we've just got to coach it better, and we've got to get better with it. We've just got to get better because listen, we know people are going to attack Caleb in ball screen situations in the middle of the floor. That's happened since he's been here, so we just have to continue to get better at it.
Coach, as a team tonight, 8 steals, but only 3 points off the fast break. Do you feel there's anything missing in that area of the offense?
I think we could play faster and push it harder. I do.
The last time you played them, Keyshawn had a great game and really kind of carried you. And I kept kind of thinking tonight there's going to be a point where he was going to maybe settle things, and he seems to be kind of going through something right now. Where is he with his game, and what are you trying to get out of him at this point?
Yeah, I think obviously we need that from him. He just, he had a little bit of a tough night, but he'll bounce back.